Without our notice, a movie, an episode, a song, a video, or a photo becomes unavailable to the general public, falling to the void of absence. When that happens, people reach out for help and share their stories on something they cannot find on the web, making it lost media. For the lost media community, it's this game of search and rescue, and at times, the searches resulted in success, but other times, the amount of effort for recovering what's been missing will lead to the possibility that whatever they're looking for never have existed, or worse, lost forever. For this video, the search for these pieces of lost media is ongoing. This is everyone's favorite pieces of lost media. Thank you to those who have subscribed and watched all my videos I make. It really means a lot that just someone out there in this world just enjoys the content I make. So again, thanks, and another thank you to those who have just simply clicked on this video. Like, you don't know who I am, but you're still watching, so thank you. I hope you enjoy, and one more thing, I won't be using a face cam, so I'm just gonna painfully morph into a little cartoon character. There we go. Thanks to Sweggy for drawing this cute character. Be sure to check out his website, sweggy.shop. He got some good stuff like posters, plushies, and some shirts. That's about everything I need to say, so sit back, relax, and share this video to others. Enjoy. XXXTentacion's Lost 2014 and 2015 songs. Before blowing up in 2017, throughout 2014 and 2015, late Florida rapper and singer XXXTentacion started making music after taking an interest. But when he released these early songs, they would later be taken down for reasons, adding scarcity to his early work. But he did hope one day his lost songs will be found. So let's go through these lost songs from 2014 to 2015. He made his deleted debut mixtape, along with another deleted mixtape consisting of his first songs with Ski Mask Slum God, then a collab EP with Ski and a producer named Jan, a deleted EP, and his supposed darkest and most disturbing mixtape that might never be fully found. Let's go through each mixtape, but to let you know that there are some things that may be false due to how little info is known. So take this with a grain of salt. Shout out to MATTYBALLZ for his well-made video, The Lost Songs of XXXTentacion's, which he went over even more lost songs from X from 2012 to 2016. Reason why I chose to only cover 2014 and 2015 is because I found him around that time to be the most interesting. Let's begin. Firstly, his debut mixtape, XXS Unmastered, was released on March 5th, 2014. And it has an interesting, complicated history that is not 100% confirmed, but to keep it short, in 2013, X worked on a CD mixtape for Facebook, but that is also lost. But it's most likely that the CD mixtape morphed into his not-so-debut mixtape, Mona Lisa, most likely containing some songs from the CD mixtape, and soon X would again morph the Mona Lisa mixtape into XXS Unmastered, having songs from previous tapes. The tracklist is rumored to have the following, not entirely in order. Alone, which is the prequel of Alone Part 2 and Alone Part 3, was lost for 3 years since its first release, before being re-uploaded by X's Reddit page in 2017. Molly, along with Palm Trees, are also leaked, Vice City being the oldest surviving song on X's SoundCloud page. New/Flock, Horse on the Boards, and The End Is Nigh is from the previous mixtape, but we only have the instrumental for The End Is Nigh. Roughneck, 21, and SDS are all lost. Roughneck and SDS are both remixes to the songs Roughneck by MC Lyte and SDS by Mac Miller, meaning we have the instrumentals for both songs, and X called 21 to have potential. Dead is the last and bonus track that was lost for 2 years since its first release, before being re-uploaded in 2017. Now on to the next mixtape with X's first songs with Ski, called Ice Hotel. But just to let you guys know that XXS Unmastered and XXX are both entirely different projects. The XXX EP only has 2 songs, Dutty and Ecstasy. which were also lost but were entirely found in 2019. Now to the next mixtape, Ice Hotel. Ice Hotel was released after X and Ski met in juvenile detention in 2013, and the duo decided to make music. The EP contains 7 songs, but in the description it says this isn't the full mixtape, and that they'll release more songs later on, but that never happened. Here's the track list. Ice Hotel is the intro track. Inuyasha is the most popular song from the mixtape. Ocean, Bloodstains featuring Lil Red Dot, at the time a member of Very Rare. Very Rare Boys, Sounds of the Melting Pot, and Fuck B2. It dissed towards SoundCloud rapper Nayora's spouse. On the same day Ice Hotel was dropped, X tweeted and released a song called Icy, but that one is lost, and many believe that X was rapping over an instrumental of Space Ghost Perp's song Icy. So yeah, that was X's first collab mixtape with Ski, but once again, it's said to be not the full mixtape and they'll release more songs later on, but again, that never happened. After Ice Hotel comes Nobodies, a collab EP between X, Ski, and a producer named Jan. The Nobodies was worked on between 2014 and 2015, released in 2015, but was later deleted. Here's the track list. Nobodies, which is the intro track. Dragahard, which this one is unique as X uses autotunes. Ghost, which features Now You're a Spouse. Low, Sounds of the Melty Pot, Yawn Twist. Holy, Nobodies are all leaked and found. The few that are lost are Nervous, Alone Part 0, which comes before Alone Part 1, 2, and 3. Expect Glory, Nostalgia, The Shuttle, Life Can Wait, which we have a snippet but it's in awful quality. Windows, and The Fruit, which we only have the instrumental. Now for the most obscure piece of lost media around X, and this one is actually a scrapped, deleted EP by X in 2015, Heartbreak Hotel. The track list is very confusing and out of order, but let's go through them. Teeth Interlude, which X referred it as A Message to Tina Belcher Part 2, and this song is actually how I discovered X. Like Teeth, Never, Wing-Ridden Angel, There's an Elephant in the Room, and Skin are all found. Company, which is unknown if it was part of the mixtape or not. Glass House, Eyes, Ribs, and Lips were all completely lost. Hey guys, I'm currently editing this video and I want to make some few changes. For the track Ribs, it's allegedly never recorded, but lyrics were finished. For Glass House, close friends of X said this was recorded and made, and it was apparently a short song. It was originally going to be the starting track of the Heartbreak Hotel EP, but it was then moved to be the last song, before eventually disappearing as the project went scrapped. For Company, it is still unknown whether this song was recorded or not. Unconfirmed rumors claim that this song is actually Teeth Interlude, but there are no further sources to confirm. Eyes is also a mystery, and it's most likely it was never recorded, if not leaked. And finally, Lips, which is also a mystery. It's never known if it was made or not. So yeah, that's that's about it. Subscribe and The last one is Leave, and this one only had 3 plays and was up for 6 minutes before X deleted it, saying it needed improvement, which is one of the main reasons why a lot of these songs and mixtapes were removed. Exactly 1 year after X's passing, Leave was re-released. Now for the final lost mixtape by X, and this one is probably the darkest one of all. This is the Red Light District.
She can't let it go. She can't let it go. She can't let it go.
The eeriest sounding project by X that a lot of his friends and producers refuse to talk about it. This EP is actually small, but that's because we only know 5 tracks that were part of the mixtape. Here's the track list, not entirely in order. Erotica, accurately the first track, but a lot of people think an intro track exists called Red Light, but that is false. Erotica along with Number 1 and Red Light District are all lost and most likely will never be found. The only ones that are found are Love, Interlude, and Red, which before it was re-released, many believe Red was the darkest and most disturbing song by X. But when it was re-released, fans were disappointed when the song is just X repeating the phrase, "She can't let it go." Yet it is the eeriest song by X. Red was confused with The Devil's Playground, Red Light Lie. as many believe it was two different tracks, but they're actually the same song, just that red is the updated version. And that was XXX Tentacion's 2014 to 2015 songs that are lost. Currently, I'm toying with the idea of making the XXX Tentacion's iceberg, so let me know if you're interested in that. Yes, there's already an iceberg of X by June Plug, but that video came out before the documentary of X, and I feel like the documentary gave us a lot more info about X that we didn't know, and also the new upcoming film, which I think is X documentary version when he was alive. So once that comes out, let me know if I should do an iceberg. I'm just inspired by Rhythmic's recent icebergs, thought I might as well do one on X and maybe other artists. Once again, please let me know in the comments below. Moving on. Slamfest 99. Now, this entry is what I really want the most out of all on this list. I really want this piece of Nintendo lost media for a long time since its official search started around 2 years ago, when a user on Twitter asked if anyone recalls or has a copy of this live wrestling match featuring Nintendo characters Mario, Donkey Kong, Yoshi, and Pikachu, where they battle it out on who will be the last one standing. This all happened on April 1999, and this event was called Slamfest 99, which took place at the MGM Grand Adventures theme park in Las Vegas. Unfortunately, as of right now, there is no, and I mean no, video footage. Not even a second. Only a handful of photos were recovered, and many attendees who were there to witness this once-in-a-lifetime event, and even people who worked behind the scenes, prove its existence. This whole event was to promote the launch of Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 64. It was also live streamed on Nintendo.com and InternetBroadcast.com. Here is a brief description of how the event played out. Mario and Donkey would start the match. Donkey Kong, being much larger than our favorite plumber, quickly took Mario out. Yoshi came in and got his revenge on the gorilla. Pikachu would come in for the monkey only to be knocked down by Yoshi's lethal tail. Then before anyone knew it, Mario went crazy. He wiped out Donkey Kong, Pikachu, and his own teammate, Yoshi. Ultimately, the match would end in a crash, which knocked out everyone, resulting in a draw. "Everyone is a winner," the announcer yelled. I'm sorry, but this was funny to read. Yeah, this match features her favorite Nintendo characters to go and fight this out on stage. It's probably the funniest idea to promote a game, and I love it so much. Slamfest 99 has a special place in my heart, even though there are no video footage. I know that one day, the entire footage of the match will be uncovered through a lot of digging through the early years of the internet. Scrapped Green Goblin animatronic mask. Suggested by a friend of mine who you might know, Morbid for Fun, which if you don't know, also makes really good Morbid content, so after this video, go and check out his channel, link in the description below. Now for this entry, this is actually a physical piece of lost media. If you are a Marvel fan and have watched Sam Raimi's 2002 Spider-Man, or have watched Spider-Man No Way Home, then you know who the Green Goblin is. He is one of Marvel's scariest villains of all time, in my opinion. He's basically the Marvel's Joker. Not just because of the costume design of the villainous character, but rather the performance of the actor portraying Spider-Man's archenemy, actor Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe was born to play the scientist Dr. Norman Osborn, who is exposed to an experimental formula that enhances physical abilities and went mad, and uses gadgets like jack-o'-lantern grenades and razor bats. On top of that, dressed up as a goblin to scare everyone while soaring around with his glider. During the development of the 2002 Spider-Man film, Studio ADI, a character effects studio, went with this mask without any military elements they later went within the final film. Mainly the head of the mask is more cartoonish and loyal to the villain comic's appearance, with long ears, a sharp nose, and pointy purple hat. Which mask do you guys prefer, the original or the final look? Let me know down in the comments. I personally find this original design more amazing and terrifying than the final look. The final look only has one expression, but the original design can perform a range of facial expressions. Take a look at this screen test footage published by YouTube channel Spider Beetle Music. Now, why didn't they use this design? Well, according to actor Willem Dafoe, the animatronic mask was uncomfortable to wear, with all the wiring and the amount of makeup. Another reason was that it was terrifying to the younger audience, so they had to scrap it and instead make a militaristic helmet with no makeup, still having aspects of its original design and other concepts. Although that does suck, still the final look is also as amazing and less terrifying. Perfect for the final film, which goes on to be a success. So where is this scrapped original animatronic mask? It seems that an Instagram username, The Missing Collection, run by a collector of film props and costumes, Patrick Hardy, has it, and by the looks of his post on the original design, still looking to be in great condition after 20 years. I wasn't too sure if this counts as lost media, but at least we now know the mask is in good hands and in perfect condition, along with a lot of clips of screen test footage of the original comic book accurate look. I mean, if you don't know who the Green Goblin is and see this footage, you'll probably be creeped out. Anyways, it was fun talking about this entry. If you'd like to learn more about this entry, be sure to check out both MORBIDFORFUN'S video on the world of lost media, and this video done by WARPINGFIST'S, who makes videos based on the interesting history of your favorite films and TV shows. Shrek Lost Media. Shrek is a DreamWorks beloved film franchise with so many spin-offs and games, with a large internet fan base. But like many, Shrek does contain unexpectedly a large amount of lost media. So I decided to pick my personally favorite pieces of Shrek Lost Media.
Great, let's get started.
Chris Farley's Shrek.
No! I'm an ogre!
Chris Farley's Shrek is a version of the first Shrek movie, where the main character Shrek was based on a comedian legend, Chris Farley. Farley would be cast to voice Shrek and was 80 to 90% finished. But sadly, in 1997, Chris Farley would pass away due to an overdose. Farley's passing would force the people behind the scenes to make a lot of changes to the film, including a rewritten Shrek as they recast fellow comedian legend Mike Myers, who we now know as Shrek. As of right now, we only have 2 scenes of the Farley cut, a storyboard slideshow with the audio of Chris Farley's Shrek, and more recently, we got some test animations of Shrek with hair, most likely the Chris Farley version.
No! I'm an ogre! Doesn't that bother you at all?
Nope.
Really?
Really?
Suit yourself. People see me and they go, "Ah! Help! A big, stupid, stinky, smelly, ugly ogre! I'm so scared!" They judge me before they even know me. My folks always told me that everyone loves ogres.
I see.
So, I guess they were a little overprotective.
A little?
That's why I gotta do this. I want them to know I can take care of myself.
You want to make them proud.
Yeah.
You know what? When we met, I didn't think you was just a big, stupid, ugly ogre.
I know.
Canadian Shrek cut. Not only were missing Chris Farley's Shrek, but Mike Myers' performance on Shrek with a Canadian accent. When Mike Myers was cast as Shrek, he tried multiple voice lines, but felt like Shrek needed a working class voice.
To me, the Eurocentric form that is the fairy tale is really about classism. When I was approached to do Shrek originally, I did it as a Canadian and I re-recorded it as Scottish because that to me seems the most working class. But also too, I have a love of the Scottish people.
Currently, there are only a few clips of Canadian Shrek cut on DVD.
This is my swamp. Our swamp. Let go, donkey.
You let go.
Stubborn jackass.
Smelly ogre.
Fine. Oh, your half.
You say, hey, let's get some parfaits. They say, hell no, I don't like no parfaits. Parfaits are delicious.
No, you dance irritating. You coming, donkey?
Oh, yep, I'm right behind you.
Hey, I'm no one's messenger boy, okay? I'm a delivery boy.
Shrek Royal Riot. Shrek Royal Riot was a cancelled fighting game that focuses on controlling Shrek with brass knuckles type controls to fight the villains. The canceled game was so close to being released to the public, but it was difficult for the game to find a retailer willing to sell it, so the game was eventually canceled. For all Shrek fans, let us hope that one day these lost pieces will be found and available to the public for our beloved ogre. If you grew up in the early years of 2000s browsing through the internet, you may have heard of creepypastas. One of the faces of creepypasta is this serial killer with a deranged pale face. This is Jeff the Killer. The fictional story of this 13-year-old who, after surviving a brutally disfiguring attack by bullies, had a mental breakdown and slaughtered them in retribution. The bully attack had left Jeff badly burned, and in order to keep his spirits up, he carved a smile into his face. The story was accompanied by this creepy image of Jeff. But why am I talking about this creepypasta? Well, currently the original unedited image of Jeff is lost to time. As of recording this, the search for the original image might be coming to an end as a lot of things were discovered. A lot have claimed that this image of a woman named Katie Robinson was the original image of Jeff. Katie posted a picture of herself to 4chan and was ridiculed into self-destruction. There was no evidence of her self-destruction or her existence. The person in this image is a woman named Heather White, who was interviewed in 2019 by a YouTuber and said that the photo of herself was stolen from her MySpace account and posted to 4chan as a fucked up prank. The Katie Robinson story was fake, and it's a big sigh of relief that the woman in this photo is alive and well. The author of the creepypasta story, a Newsground user named Seswar, was interviewed by YouTuber Scared Theater and was asked where did he get the image, and replied that he used a white latex mask and took the photo himself and posted the image with an entirely different story of Jeff. Seswar posted the story and image in 2008, but what's weird is that the photo of Jeff existed way before that year. One example is this old YouTube video posted in 2007 titled NNN Special Broadcast. It is believed this video is a fan-made recreation of a Japanese urban legend of a Japanese citizen turning on the TV late at night to find nothing but static until a picture of a building is seen with names being rolled on the screen. And finally, Japanese text, roughly translated to English, says, "These are tomorrow's victims," or "This is towards the future." The broadcast ended and the static resumed. And then, in the video, for a split second, Jeff appeared. This throws Seswar's story out the window. When digging deeper to find the earliest sightings of the Jeff image, we come across two images that existed before the iconic photo. One is called White Powder 2, and the other is known as Green-Eyed Jeff. Some believe Green-Eyed Jeff is just an edited version of the iconic Jeff image, but for White Powder 2, it's been around a long time. The earliest date of this photo is on August 2005. The user who posted the White Powder 2 photo, Mr. Mulholland, was tracked down on Twitter and was asked by the search team for the original image. He claims that what they're looking for comes from a video of a middle-aged Japanese woman with a distinctive white face coming up close to the camera, and that's where Mulholland photoshopped a frame of the video and posted it on the website pia.cc, and it became a Japanese meme and was made as a surprise image to jump scare anyone who comes across this iconic photo. And as of right now, that's where the search is. Looking for an old video back from the early 2000s or 90s that was known to Japan. I definitely feel we are getting close to finding this video, or at least the original unedited image of Jeff the Killer.
Yeah!
Gorillaz lost media. Since Gorillaz being around since 1998, it's no surprise that the virtual band has a handful of pieces of lost media, such as a scrapped film, Gorillaz Celebrity Harvest, which one of the creators of the band, Jamie Hewlett, announced its development shortly after the release of their 2001 debut album, and also stated there will be a soundtrack album to go along with it. The movie was then further teased in Blur's Think Tank, appearing in a booklet that revealed the title of this film, Celebrity Harvest. The film was planned to be a very dark film to release in late 2003, but it was quietly scrapped and cancelled. In a 2005 interview, Hewlett gave details of the scrapped project, like the film will be revolved around the theme of the sickness of celebrity culture. In the movie, the spirit of Dell gets taken away from the band's drummer, Russell, my favorite member, by the Grim Reaper. Russell will go insane and leaves the band. Murdoch will also leave Gorillaz to form a heavy metal band, who later became cannibals after he locks them in the basement for an extensive period of time. Murdoch would then be chased out of Kong Studios before being attacked by the heavy metal band and turning into a zombie. Many elements from the plot of Celebrity Harvest would make their way into Phase 2 of Gorillaz, including a backstory for Noodle and Russell. The art style of Phase 2 also comes from much of the concept art for the film. Many of Phase 2's music videos were influenced by the film as well, with Rocket also sharing many elements with Celebrity Harvest, like when the band is walking what appears to be a post-apocalyptic world and the heads of celebrities begin sprouting out. It's safe to say that the soundtrack of the scrap film later morphed into Demon Days, the band's second studio album, before Gorillaz will release their third studio album, Plastic Beach, the era's Carousel influence. At first I thought this was just a scrapped album that would later be reworked into Plastic Beach, but when looking into this, it seems it was going to be more than just that. In Hewlett's words, Carousel would have been something like a movie, but not with a single narrative, but with many short stories built around a larger one, set in music, animation, live action, and many different styles. On his part, Damon Albarn began to compose the music, thus creating a total of 70 songs for the project. Recording sessions for the scrap album took place between June 2008 to November 2009, but in the end, Damon and Jamie struggled with Carousel's structure, and record label EMI refused to fund the project, causing Carousel to be scrapped altogether and reworked into the band's third album, Plastic Beach, similar to how elements of Celebrity Harvest were eventually reworked into Demon Days. Speaking of Plastic Beach, the final piece of Gorillaz lost media I want to talk about is the Escape to Plastic Beach iOS game, released around 2010. What's interesting is that all the Flash games of Gorillaz from Phase 1 and 2 were still playable, until around 2016 is when the app along with the other old games became outdated and unplayable when Phase 4 began. The only evidence of the game's existence is Let's Plays on YouTube, along with comments of users remembering their times playing this lost game and being sad to see the game is now unavailable. I know there are other pieces of Gorillaz lost media, but it will take a long time to go through each, so if you're a fan and want to share pieces of lost media, then in the comment section below, then feel free to do so. Also comment your favorite songs. Mine is the classic Phase 1 and 2 songs, Clint Eastwood, Feel Good Inc., Dare, and many others. This has been everyone's favorite pieces of lost media. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let me know if you would like me to do another one, because this has been fun. Now I'm gonna painfully morph back into myself. Ouch. Be sure to like, comment whatever you want, subscribe if you would like to see more, and most importantly, share this video to others, because it will really mean a lot to me. Until next time, bye.